We've looked into the role of the fire brigade at these types of events. In this section, we'll consider other weapons taken from the historical record. What's going on here in this photograph? This is very suspicious. The fire brigade member in the upper right, men huddled around a smoking box in the middle of the debris. Is this some type of weapon that they're using? Is this part of the destructive force? What caused all of this destruction? Are we looking at the results of a weapon or technology that isn't known to the general public? What are we looking at? Where are the flame marks? Should black burn marks be present? Throughout history, we see many similar events. Numerous old world cities have been destroyed by fire, war, or other forces. This appears to be a repeating script with similar actors and similar equipment. For example, Boston, Massachusetts reportedly burned down in 1872. We can theorize that there is a concerted effort to destroy the old world, city by city, building by building. Whoever is controlling these events has the resources to carry out this destruction all across the face of the earth, decade after decade, century after century. By using the cover story of war, or fire, or natural events, the control mechanism that's in place is systematically causing the destruction of the old world ways and the old world architecture. What other weapons can we examine from the historical record? We see some examples of sound cannons, reportedly able to cause a direct shock wave. It is reported that farmers have used this technology to shoot a shock wave into approaching storm clouds, which dissipates the likelihood of hail. Here's a photograph of reported aerial listening equipment capable of detecting incoming aircraft. Could this be converted into a directed sound weapon by focusing sound waves onto a target? Another weapon for examination is electromagnetic technology. Electromagnetic technology is available for view in the historical record. Coil cannons which propel a projectile with the use of magnets and an electrical charge. Apparently, you can assemble these cannons in all shapes and sizes. Reportedly, this farmer here assembled one in his barn. During World War II, we began to see these weapons portrayed on a larger scale. In the article, we read that miniature earthquakes can be produced from the magnetic field around this weapon. Going even further back in the historical record, we see depictions of Fachet technology, which is a bundle of metallic rods reportedly capable of directed electrical discharge. Fachet weapons were revered and celebrated, showing us that they knew whoever owned this technology was in control of the power. The next weapon technology that we're going to take a look at is Archimedes' Death Ray. Archimedes' Death Ray technology is shown in this alchemical era depiction. The characters have devices that can harness and amplify the sun's power. We see the sun rays being collected and reflected onto a ship near the shore, causing it to burst into flames. Back in the day, one way to protect your castle from enemy ships was to put a giant reflector on the roof to gather the sun rays and redirect them onto the attacking ships. Some might say that this technology is fantasy, make-believe, that it never really existed, that all the many depictions from different artists are all from their imaginations. However, this technology deserves further investigation. To recap on the Archimedes' Death Ray technology, it appears to have been a common weapon depicted in the old world. Perhaps this has been hidden away from the general public. Now we move on to Greek fire. In this one, I'm going to connect back with the fire brigade, especially the similarity in equipment and materials. In the historical record, we read and see depictions of Greek fire in action. It is reported that the fire stuck to whatever it hit and that water didn't put it out. It actually burned underwater. I'd like to reiterate that I'm simply theorizing here. I can't prove any of this. I'm just reviewing the historical record and asking why so many old world cities have been destroyed, and I'm trying to find the answers to those questions. Could this type of weapon or technology have been used by early fire brigades to bring down specific buildings? In this depiction, is this person starting the building on fire, or are they putting out the fire? Hard to say. The individuals in the fire brigade were well-trained military soldiers. They were well-versed in explosives, weapons, fire, and fire control. Being a part of the military, they knew how to be highly organized and how to follow orders. In this final depiction, we see how advanced they were in the old world. The architecture, the ships, the craftsmanship, and the weaponry on deck. These tanks appear to be metallic. They remind me of the apparatuses of the old fire brigades. Look at the similarity. Could there be something other than just water inside those tanks? If there is a connection between the fire brigade and the destruction of the old world, I can only hope they evacuated all individuals before they brought the buildings down. If these were good men, they certainly spared the lives of the inhabitants that lived and worked in these structures. Were these men simply taking orders from their evil supervisors? It is sad and spooky to watch the buildings burning, knowing how it affected the lives of the men and women and the boys and girls in the area. Does your city have a story of a fire or a war or a natural event destroying the old world architecture?